Say hey and welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett, and alongside me again is my guy Dabby Cab. Dabby, how are you doing over there?
Oh, good, man. It's Friday. Ready to try and win some fucking money, right?
Yeah, that's the plan. That is the
Yeah.
plan and the goal. Shout out to everyone watching as always. Welcome into another edition. We are now on to Say Hey Plays 23. Say Hey Plays 23 underway here. Quick recap of yesterday, and we'll give a season record as you guys can see it on the screen, but I'll shout it out for you guys that are doing something else. Yesterday, I went 2-3, down a little over a unit, 1.3 units. Took Boston's money line yesterday. They lose 1-0. Very brutal there. I also doubled up with Houston. Man, of course. I mean, that's. I'm glad that you're on the show. As I tell you that, I doubled up on Houston run line, first 5 minus a half. Martin Perez throws a perfect game through 5, at least. I think it was through 6,
The
actually.
Astros suck.
Yeah, they can't hit, and it was really frustrating. And then a ninth inning home run for the Rangers off of Corey Seager's bat sinks us for the run line too. That was brutal. But we did make up with it with two first 5 unders, the Chicago White Sox and the Royals first 5 under 3.5, I believe that was. That cashed pretty easily, and the Atlanta Braves and Chicago Cubs first 5 under, which was sweaty, very sweaty. I will admit, I was worried. By the way, I was thinking of Wine Time Sports, and thank you for watching. I was thinking of Wine Time Sports the whole time because he's in Vegas or was in Vegas, and he put $200 on it, and I was like, oh, God, I needed the cash. I needed the cash so bad. And I'm glad I did Wine Time, so I'm glad I put money in your pocket there. I was worried, so I'm glad that happened. But, yeah, so we're still 86 and 69 on the year, plus 22 units on the year, so can't complain. There'll be bad days, but it wasn't my favorite day of the year card wise. Though this might be one of them, Cav. This might be one of my favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of pitchers that I like. A lot of pitchers that I like on the mound. A lot of pitchers that I like to bet on. So
yeah, they're good pitchers today.
Cab, how was your yesterday betting wise? Did you have any plays out there? Anything interesting happen to you?
Well, I went 2-2, which sucks. But because of the juice, I was plus 1.2% ROI, or like $5 with the way I bet. So
Sure.
I guess positive is positive, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll take a positive day, right?
Yeah.
So I don't hate that. I think right now I'm trying to write out all of my plays, and I'm not counting, but I've already got a good amount of plays going, and I'm pretty excited about it. Like we've got my guy Miguel, Bet on Brash, all these dudes. I'm excited to talk about these games. Cab, are you ready to take off with me here?
Yeah, absolutely, man. We got a lot of them, a lot to dive into. Let's get it.
Yes, it'll be fun. Kyle Henley in the chat. Shout out to you, my guy. Real Deal Prime, Sam Colmer, Chief, Ron Lofton, Paulie Walnut. Shout out to you, my man. Thanks for watching. Let's get right into this game right now. First game on the docket starting soon. Your guy, Yu Darvish, versus the San Diego Padres versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Zach Thompson on the other mound here, and he is a little bit of a gas can. But it seems like the market is expecting him to have a good start today, which is pretty surprising. I don't know why.
I've heard people say it too, like good cappers. Like, why?
Yeah, I don't understand why exactly. I'm off this game entirely, Cab, because of that case. Yu Darvish is a little scary to bet on, as you know, Cab.
No, he's not.
He will have
3-1 if you bet on him this year.
Good starts, bad starts sometimes for you, Darvish. I've decided, by the way, this is officially the date where I'm cutting off some of the early stats of the year. So I'm doing splits from April 17th till today from now on. So that'll be all of my weighted run created plus stats and all that stuff. So remember, if I say that, for example, the Seattle Mariners are first in weighted runs created plus against righties, that is in the last 2 weeks. So looking for that smaller sample size to get how good these teams are playing.
Baseball's streaky. That makes sense, man. I get it.
So definitely. But saying that, the Padres are 7th right now in weighted runs created plus against a right-handed pitcher, and the Pirates are dead last right now at a 60 weighted runs created plus against right-handed pitchers. So I'm not trying to – I don't know. Maybe Zach Thompson goes out there and dazzles, but Not for me here. I mean, you coming off of a great start versus the Dodgers, 6 innings, 1 hit, 7 Ks, 3 walks, no earned runs. Obviously, he had the one blow up start at San Francisco, but otherwise he's been good. So I'm off this game, Cab, but I'm sure you want to back your guy Ewan somehow, some way
Oh
here.
yeah, I did for sure. Like Darvish is one of those pitchers, man. Like he'll be on and then kind of off the next game and then on. And, even when he's off, he can have a good game. And I would say he was off last game. I would say he fit the trend of on and off, even though, he didn't give up any runs through 6 innings. If you watched the game, he was, motherfucking in his glove. Like he wasn't happy with himself. And there wasn't a reason to be. He was falling behind in counts. He just pitched out of it because he's got the stuff to do that, if you've heard me talk about him. The dude's he's a winner, man. When he doesn't have his best stuff, he still fights through. And that's like a telltale sign of a really good pitcher is what can they do when they don't have their best stuff, right? I'm on the Padres here in the first 5. I got a -115. The Pirates, like, what do you want me to say about them? They suck, man. I mean, like, and I know it's baseball. They could score 21 runs today. Who knows? But man, like, they're bad. And Thompson, 10 innings pitched, 20 hits, 3 home runs. Why are we backing him right now?
Yeah, I don't get it either. I'm going to just keep it moving from this game. It seems like, I mean, market movements have been wrong plenty of times, but for me, I would agree with you. It'd be Padres first 5 or nothing for me here. Maybe a lean towards the under since everyone seems to have Zach Thompson on their mind, thinking that he's going to have a good outing. And the Padres or the Pirates are the worst offensive team in baseball against righties right now.
So on the Padres, we got kind of like boots on the ground with Moose Money. When he hops up in here, he could be at baseball practice or something right now. But he was talking about how they're not walking enough. But, and I need to say this to him. What I think to contrast that is they're aggressive in the zone, man. I've enjoyed watching them the past few days. They're taking good cuts at good pitches. They seem to have a good approach. Like, their offense looks good to me right now.
Okay, yeah. So let's just keep it moving. I want to talk about this game because this is a game where I almost had a double up spot here. And it's a pitcher that I like and a pitcher that I'm trying to figure out here. Matt bet on Brash and the Seattle Mariners versus the Miami Marlins and Elieser Hernandez. 1-1 is Elieser, 5.87 ERA. And he is a huge home road splits guy. Huge. He's very good at home, and then on the road, he's just very shaky. Matt Brash this year, obviously, we've seen his stuff. We've seen him dominate. I've bet on him frequently. But the walks are an issue, and I've said throughout the whole year that I don't like betting on guys that have walk issues. But the deciding factor here for me was my faith in Brash and the Seattle offense right now. Ty France, J.P. Crawford, and all those boys are getting after it right now. They're They are first right now versus right-handed pitching. 122 weighted runs created plus. Right now, the Marlins are 117. So I could see why people are looking at the over here, but I'm taking Seattle's money line in the first 5 innings. I got it at -125 last night. Might be a little higher here, but it does seem like money is coming on the Marlins, thinking that Elieser is going to have a good start at home. And that's why I was also looking at the first 5 under here. Last night, it was at a 3.5, and I was a little uncomfortable with that. So I wanted to stay off here and talk it out, take my first 5 money, and see what happens there. Cab, what do you have on this one?
For me, this one's a pass. I wanted to hear you talk about Brash because I know you call him what, like bet on Brash or something like that, right? Isn't that what you call him?
Matt bet on Brash. Sorry, I was looking at a comment from Anthony. He said, "Love hearing your Malik tip early." I hit early. Did he already get drafted? Anthony, did that already happen? I don't know. Sorry, Anthony. I've been prepping for the show. Fill me in a little bit on the NFL draft. Unfortunately, you guys know, I'm not a big draft guy when the day of the show comes. But let me know. I would love to see that. But yeah, Matt bet on Brash. Sorry, I was not listening to you there.
No, you're good, man. You're good. I was interested to hear what you say about him because I haven't watched him much yet, and I don't have a very good feel of him. This game, like I said, this was a pass for me. I don't want to go too much into it because of the fact that I don't have anything on it really. Seattle's been a good hitting team all around. like they're crossing like every aspect, whether it's slugging percentage or average. They've been a solid team, and if you like this pitcher, then I can understand why you're backing them.
The like I said, it's the walks that are the biggest issues. Last time out for Brash, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 2 Ks against the Royals. Not ideal there. Against the Astros, where I thought he had a great start, he had 6 walks, 5 Ks against the Astros. Only 2 earned runs that day and 2 hits. So he's got the stuff. He's filthy. He's disgusting. Some people saying going into the season, he had the best stuff in the league, according to Eno Saris, and I believe in Eno. Jeez. So I want to watch Matt Brash here again. I've been on him.
Pay attention to him.
If he wasn't such a walk-prone pitcher, I would also like him. I'd also put some rubles on him for a Rookie of the Year too. But Joe Ryan has that, or Bobby Witt, of course. But I ultimately am going to stick with the Seattle first 5 here, and I'm not going to take the first 5 total. It's a 4 now, -110 both ways. So I'm glad I didn't bet it last night. But I think it'll be interesting. And by the way, Anthony said, no, the draft's not yet. He's on in a few. Okay, good. All right. Well, I will see there. And Ron Lofton says the over seems obtainable there. And Spud asking about Manny Machado. Will he get 2 hits? Let's see here, Spud. Let me see if I can answer your question here real fast. Obviously, we talked about Zach Thompson earlier today and how the markets apparently they think that he's going to have a good start today. But I would like to at least check and see if Manny Machado is.
To answer his question, man, as like I don't have any backs to back this, right? But as a baseball player, when I look at hitter props, the one that jumps out to me most is like the either over or at least 2 hits, runs, and RBIs. So over 1.5 or at least 2 hits, runs, and RBIs. I don't know what the juice is on that, and if it's a huge difference, maybe not. But when I'm looking at props, I like to look at that because one RBI single covers it for you, and it seems more attainable with the percentages. 2 hits is it. Could he do it? Of course he could do it, but that's 3 hits out of every 10 at bats. That's a 300 average, and that's like what the best hitters have. So you really got to be picking your spots and picking your poison with that.
And Manny Machado, career off of Thompson, 1 for 5, 200 batting average, only a single, but expected batting average of 348. So don't hate it, man. Don't hate it there. So take a good look at that. I like total base props personally for me, but Sharpie, who had his show earlier today, he's the props guy. Tweet him on Twitter. I'm sure he'll respond. Give him a retweet, and he'll like you a lot. So go ahead and shout out to my guy Sharpie there. Next game, the Boston Red Leggings versus the Baltimore Orioles here, and it's a big game for the Red Sox. And Cab, you'll be shocked to hear this. I'm pretty close to adding Red Sox money line onto my card. I need to double check the line here. It's obviously a juicy.
I'm not shocked to hear that. That's how I capped this game too. But they suck, man. God, they can't hit. They're like the Astros. Like, ugh, God.
Yeah, they are. The offense has been maddening. It is at a -130 right now, so you have to pay the piper to play the game. Red Sox are 28th right now against right-handed pitching, is 67 weighted runs created plus. And needless to say, that is horrible. That is horrible. But people will say, they don't trust Rich Hill. Well, here's the plan. Kyle Hintley, and by the way, your banners are there. I'll show you the banners again, but I think I do owe you one. You have 3 up there, I think. But
and from today, you owe him another one from today.
Oh, really? I didn't see his donation.
Kyle. Thank you.
Shout out to your donation, Kyle. I have not seen it on my thing yet, but I appreciate you, my man. I do think the Red Sox offense, they just gotta wake up soon, man. They were so much better on paper.
We said that last week.
Yeah, I know, and I'm gonna keep saying it. And the thing I was referring to earlier before I got off track with Kyle, I'm sorry. Rich Hill is going to be piggybacked by Tanner Houck today. I don't think I heard Jimmy talking about that earlier today, and I was listening to a Red Sox podcast on the way over here, trying to sort out my feelings about this Red Sox team right now. And Tanner Houck is and I've talked about this before, about how this has been a plan for a little bit for the Red Sox, and it just hasn't, for whatever reason, they haven't done it yet. But yeah, he's supposed to come in today. He's been waiting in Boston or whatever because he's not vaccinated, couldn't get into Canada. So Tanner Houck coming in after Rich Hill. I think ideally, in the ideal world, it would be 4 innings of Rich Hill, 4 innings of Tanner Houck, and then Whoever closes it, hopefully it's not a close game. But I think the Red Sox do. I think the Red Sox pitching does well here, and I think the Red Sox pitching can go out there and give up less than like 2 runs to these guys. I'm going to bank on the offense again, and that has not been a good bet. And a -130, it's not my favorite bet on the card, honestly. But I don't think you're going to, like Ian said earlier this morning, I don't think you're going to see the Red Sox at this low of a price. So I think it'll be interesting. Interesting. And by the way, Rodney Barton questioning first 5 over in that game. Let me double check here and see what that is for us. It's a 4.5. I mean, Kyle Brandish on the other side was as guys in the chat are saying, he's been dominating in AAA this year. It's been pretty interesting to see.
Isn't he like a 6th best projected pitcher or something? That might be wrong. I should have wrote it down. I don't know much about him though, so that worries me for the game, right?
Well, I can tell you his 2022 AAA stats right now are 2-0 with a 1.2 ERA, a 1.86 FIP, which is another impressive stat there. So it's a legit 1.2 ERA in 3 games started and a 10 K9 right now. So he's getting guys out. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the first time through the order, the Red Sox just look like horrid, just absolutely horrid. They're flailing at stuff, and it'll probably be the second time through the order is when Kyle will get touched up a bit. He'll have obviously the adrenaline from making his debut. And I obviously this is a kind of a dumb thing to say if you watch baseball, baseball. First time around the order, obviously it's just, they're not going to be taking those hard, accurate swings because they've never seen this guy. The more you see him, the better swings you get. So 4th, 5th inning of that first 5 under will be, or first 5 over will be the time where you're probably going to get that cash. And it's just a little nerve wracking for me betting a first 5 over depending on those last 2 innings, to be honest with you.
And you've heard me say before, man, I know he does. I have his minor league stats. When I say I don't know much about him, I have his numbers. I know that.
Yeah. We just don't know what he looks like throwing.
Right, exactly. And for me, that's a big deal. I know for some people it's not, but for me, I really like to see I see what the numbers, how they reflect what I'm looking at. And dude, Hill on the other side, 15 hits in 13 innings this year. Like, I don't know what to do with this game, man. It's a pass for me. I don't.
Well, unfortunately for me, Cab, I have just locked in Red Sox money line officially at -130. I
don't hate either side, and that's not something I want to bet on, if that makes sense,
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm just I'm a big dumb idiot when it comes to these Red Sox. Colin Hitlian is riding with me, of course. Bounce back tonight. Shout out to Big Show, my man. Appreciate you. Rich Hill, bad hitting versus first time through a pitcher value.
You want to? Yeah. So if I had to make a play on this game, if you're like, hey, here's a free bet, you have to make a play on this game, which these teams suck at hitting, so this is a stupid play. But like, if I had to make one, I think I would go with run in the first inning. Like, he's a first time pitcher, and then Hill, he's getting touched up. I don't know, man. I'm off this game. I don't like it.
And the concerning part, obviously, would be Cedric Mullins hitting 400, 5 for 2, 2 Ks though. Trey Mancini has seen him a couple times, 1 for 3, and Chris Owings 4 for 14. But I do not care if Chris Owings has seen him 100 times. I'm not worried about Chris Owings. And now he's going to hit 2 home runs today. All right, next game on the docket, the Houston Astros versus the Toronto Blue Jays here. And I wanted to add a play here. I have not gotten to the window yet, but I think I want to back Kikuchi here. I want to back Kikuchi and a struggling offense in the Astros here. I think that Kikuchi could have a good start here today, and I understand that he saw them recently, but I think Kikuchi is just a better pitcher at home in his own environment and everything like that. It's hard to say that right now in the Rogers Center. Obviously, we need a bigger sample size, but Jose Urquidy is not a pitcher that I like betting on when he's on the road. Home road splits for Urquidy, a 3.33 ERA at home, 2.14 batting average for those batters, and on the road, a 4 ERA with a 2.41 batting average against. So honestly here, I wanted to take the Blue Jays here, but I didn't get to the window. I think this could be a first 5 under look as well if you believe in Urquidy. He had a good start on the road this year so far to start off his year at the Angels. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run off a home run. He did kind of shit all over that his next starting out at Seattle. 4 innings, 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 home run. So, do with that what you will. I think I'm not going to move on this game, honestly, and I'm going to double check keep saying Seattle, the Toronto Blue Jays price for the first 5, minus a half right now is plus 105, and the straight money line is at minus 125, identical to the full game. So, yeah, I think I'm going to stay off this spot, and I guess I'm leaning first 5 under here because I do think Kikuchi has a good start tonight. And, I will wrap up my point with this real quick. I watched the game kind of on and off because I forgot what I had in that game. I felt like I had a bet, but I just don't remember what it was. Kikuchi didn't look awful. He didn't look awful. He obviously had trapped bases, hit 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. So obviously errors did not help him out there. He had 5 walks. 5 walks against an Astros squad. If you normally have 5 walks against the Astros in the past years, they would kill you. They'd kill you.
Yeah, you don't want to give runs to a team that can't hit either and get them out of their slump. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to start them, get them going.
So, honestly, again, leaning under maybe the Blue Jays here, but a stay-off spot for me here, Cap. What about you?
Yeah, I'm staying off. If I was going to play this, I mean, I think you could find value in the Blue Jays on the run line. What is it, like plus 160 or plus 170? Like, I mean, I wouldn't hate that, just for the value aspect of it. And you'd get to get into the Astros bullpen a little bit if you were going full game. But yeah, I'm off of it, man. You capped it pretty well. I'm not going to make.
By the way, Preston's on the first run in the first inning in Prize Pick. So
let's go.
He's riding with you there, Cap.
Well, I'm not on it, but I like it.
He's riding with you though in spirit.
There we go.
Very emotionally.
There you go.
Kyle Hitley in off this game, and Real Deal Prime saying a fastball location is key for Kikuchi. I think one of my favorite things in this early on season so far, or something I'm going to keep looking at, and John Boy, shout out to John Boy Media called this out. He's really liking pitchers that just throw strikes, highest strike throwing pitchers.
Bro, that's pitching, man. You have to get ahead in the count. You can't be behind in the count. You set up your other pitches, bro. You're changing the eye levels. You're changing like the speeds, like that's what pitching is. It doesn't matter if you throw 100 if you're not throwing strikes or if you're flat. I've said that. I'll say that like till I'm like blue, like
exactly as blue as that hat there. So I agree with you, and I want to bet on pitchers that throw strikes, plain and simple, because ball's not flying as much, obviously. So we will see what we can do there.
The zone.
Lance Lynn is an all-time strike thrower, and I hope he comes back soon because I want to bet on my man
Cliff Lee.
Cliff Lee. Shout out to Cliff Lee. I wanted to be Cliff Lee for a long time. Shout out to Cliff Lee, fellow lefty.
Bro, man, he's so much fun to watch pitch.
Angels, 2 pitchers that I like watching pitch, by the way. Angels,
yes.
White Sox, Syndergaard versus Giolito. And I have a plus 1,000 ticket on Giolito to win the Cy Young this year. I am on the Giolito Express. I call it the Joe Ryan Express. He's had 2 good starts this year so far. Obviously, he had an early injury, so I threw out his first start. We're not even going to worry about that. His last start out after the injury at Minnesota Twins, a good hitting squad, as we know, with Buxton and all those guys. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 9 Ks, 3 walks. So he came right back in there, did his thing. I like him here. Obviously, we know 9th against right-handed pitching. The Angels are 114 weighted runs created plus. So I'm a little worried on that aspect, and this is going to be a really good test for Giolito. And if he comes out here and dazzles again, then I'm going to feel very nice about having that Cy Young ticket in my pocket. I'll just continue praying for his health every day. On the other side, Noah Syndergaard, who you have said many times is for real, the real deal to James Neal right now this year. White Sox are 26 against right-handed pitching, 71. So I took the full game under 7 here. The first 5 under was a little too much for me. I looked at it last night. It was a 3, just a straight 3, not even 3.5.
Wait, is that for real, Leroy?
That was last night. So what happened?
He said Syndergaard is not pitching today. There was a pitching change.
Oh, Leroy. Oh, no.
Bro. It cancels your bet, right? When the pitcher switch. I always forget. It does, right?
Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, I think my under will get. That is brutal. Let me refresh the page here then, because I.
Does anybody know why? Is he hurt already?
Sickness is what people are saying. I was scrolling through trying to find the game, and I was struggling to find it, and it's not out there anymore. So, all right. Well, let's keep it moving then, because we have nothing to talk about this game. I like Lucas Giolito. I was on the full game under, and now I am not anymore. So
yeah, right. Like, because you don't even know. Yeah, no.
Yeah, who knows? That is unfortunate. Maybe a bullpen day. Maybe it'll be Patrick Sandoval. Who knows? I don't know. We'll figure it out here later, and we'll come back to the game and see what the updated market is. I saw someone say plus or minus 175 for the White Sox right now too. So that's a little too much for a team that cannot hit anything
At all.
Yeah. Sixth on the card here, the Minnesota Twins versus the Tampa Bay Rays. That sweet, sweet murdering son of a bitch, Dylan Bundy, man. He's 3-0 this year, back to looking dominant. I was on him last time against the White Sox. He makes me look like a smart man. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 Ks, no earned runs. Versus Corey Kluber, a pitcher that I don't like, and I've been trying to fade him. I faded him his first time out, and he dominated. He did another good job at the White Sox, but again, we now know the White Sox team is not a very good offense anymore. And then against the Red Sox offense, which is horrid right now, he gives up 11 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 home run, 3 Ks, 1 walk. So I'm taking the axe murderer Dylan Bundy here, and I know that's pretty shocking to hear. It is Dylan Bundy Day, so shout out to Dylan here. But I took him first 5, and I turned that plus into a minus. So I took a first 5 minus half plus 140 for a Dylan Bundy here, the murdering machine. What about you, Cabby?
No, I don't buy it, man. We'll see. He's still got to prove it to me, man. How's he? I don't know, man. I need to see it more from him. His track record isn't the best. This year he's looked great, right? Outstanding, but I don't buy it yet.
By the way, Jimmy Haggard, I believe that's how you pronounce that, confirmed from the Angels.
That pisses me off, man. I was really looking forward to that game.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, no thanks. No thank you. That was a good game, and now I will not be watching that game. Yeah, first 5 for me here, Cab. You had nothing on this one?
No, I don't. And Kluber is one of those guys, man. Like when I was talking about Verlander with you, you don't want to fade somebody with a track record like his. Like, at least I don't. I don't like him personally. I'm not a fan or anything, but still, like, his track record isn't something that I really want to go against.
And by the way, I think there is money coming on the Tampa Bay Rays. Someone said the money went up. Yeah, so right now you can get a plus 110 right now for Dylan Bundy. You can get him a plus 110. That's a little worrisome. And by the way, yes, plus 130, minus 155 on my book right now for the Angels and the White Sox. Over under at 7.5 now. So no thanks. No thank you there. I do not want any part of that. Do not want any part of that. Yeah, what is Christopher Camatini? By the time he proves it, he'll be minus 200.
I just can't, man. With some people, I'll bite in early if I've seen enough but I'm not sold yet. We'll see, man. We'll see.
Damon Santori has a good point. Ted Bundy helped him catch another serial killer. So you always have to remember that when you're capping baseball. Remember that.
I get that.
Next game on the docket here. Shout out to Damon Santori for watching. I appreciate you, my man. Phillies Mets, another game I'm very excited for. Hopefully there's no illness taking over this game. Aaron Nola versus Tyler Megill. And if you watched Betting with the Bag earlier today, you'll know, man, I'm on these Mets. I've been betting them all year, first 5. Or I should say I'm on them full game money line, minus 115. That number has shot up to a minus 124, now a minus 130. Aaron Nola and the boys plus 108. And I got the New York Mets team total over 3.5. 3.5. I believe I got that at even money. I'll double check, but I got that at even money if I did get that correctly. We'll keep it short and simple here, Cab. Second against right-handed pitching are the Mets, 122 weighted runs created plus these last 2 weeks. Megill pitched against the Phillies just recently. It is the second start of the year. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 5 Ks, no earned runs. At the Phillies, too. Aaron Nola was on the bump for the Phillies against the Mets as well, and he pitches a lot better at home, and he struggled against these Mets. So I will gladly take a minus 115 price. That's why you got to bet these games early. Follow me on Twitter at Jose Bouquett. Down there, you can see it. Follow me on Twitter. You can get all the plays as soon as they come out. But I'm on the Mets here. I like the Mets here today, and I think they do well. My only concern here for Miguel about the full game money line here is that the Phillies are fifth right now in weighted runs created plus against right-handed pitchers, 118. So that'll be the concern.
They're swinging too fast.
Maybe an over here look if you've got some big balls, but I'm trusting my guy Miguel. I've been on him all year this year, and I'm going to keep riding him until the wagon falls off here.
Yeah, I'm on the Mets team total over 3.5 here. I could see Nola having a bounce back start, and I haven't had a ton of success with team totals, so we'll see. But I could see him having a bounce back game. But even if he does, if he goes 6 innings of 2 or 3 runs, and then we got 4 more innings with the bullpen, and we get another run or two, we got the 4 runs. So yeah, I like the Mets team total here, especially with the way they've been hitting. These hitters, they line up well against Nola. Like I said, I think Nola's a great pitcher. He hasn't been great this year, but he is a great pitcher. I still just see the Mets getting 4 to 6 runs in this game. So the 3.5 I couldn't pass.
By the way, Wine Time Sports saying Tyler went to my high school in Huntington Beach. He's been a beast since high school, and I was back to Mets with Tyler throwing. Wine-Time, I'm glad it could be a successful backing of him now this year. Last year it might not have been, but now he's developed and he's a stud now. I'm glad. And Chief, by the way, he's officially on the Mets. Phillies under 7, I should say, minus 117. Don't hate it. Don't hate it at all. I think definitely that better pitching right now is dominating the better offenses right now. So if you think Nola's going to go out there and shove, then that is a good look as well. And obviously, Dami will know more about this than I will, but the Mets bullpen is rested and ready to go too. So I will see. And Bud and Spud, undefeated. Undefeated, that Miguel is. It is. Undefeated. Shout out to Tito Ortiz, by the way, also the pride of Huntington Beach. Next game on the docket, Atlanta Braves versus Garrett Richards. By the way, I should call this show the show that Kyle Hintlian built with all those banners he's amassing up there. Shout out to Kyle.
Yeah.
Ian Anderson on the bump. One of my favorite pitchers to back here versus Garrett Richards.
I didn't know that.
Well, I like Ian Anderson. I think he's honestly like a top 15-ish pitcher. I think he's fantastic. And I think he could be easily a front-end starter on a championship staff. He's already shown it once. Versus the Miami Marlins last time out, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 4 Ks. And my favorite thing about Ian Anderson is that he came back from a shitty start to start his season. He couldn't find his location. Everything was weird, and he just came out back and showed his stuff again. I really, it does happen. And the announcers called it out early, so it was one of those things where it's really impressive to see a young pitcher go out there and do it. On the other side, you've got a Texas Rangers bullpen day. The Rangers have done this before. It's Garrett Richards start for an inning, maybe 2. I think it'll only stick with an inning because short doses of Garrett Richards is better than longer doses of Garrett Richards. And Spencer Howard apparently going to back him up. Not a pitcher that I like, Spencer Howard. I thought he was going to be okay. And the Phillies just aren't simply good enough at developing pitchers, I guess, consistently. Aaron Nola, the one. But, I can't back these guys right now. 29th versus right-handed pitching, the Texas Rangers are. The Braves are 17th, 89 right-handed pitching. So off this game entirely, I think Ian Anderson, he's got to keep watching him and monitoring his progress if you want to bet on him going forward. There's a part of me that does want him to struggle a little bit so he can get a little cheaper to bet on when he goes forward. But I think
I'm betting on the Braves here, so no, you don't.
Yeah, well, really, you are. So please tell me about it, Cap.
Yeah, man. So, like you said, with Anderson, bad first start, struggled like hard, but he's a good pitcher too. I agree with what you were saying. He's one of the better pitchers in the league. Not one of the best by any means, but just a very solid guy. The Rangers, they've been struggling to hit of late, even though that's kind of what people have been saying this year, and what we've noticed is this team can actually hit a little bit. Well, they've been struggling lately, and they just lost 3 straight to a Houston team that can't hit a fucking beach ball right now, right? So they're still losing, even though they're playing teams that are struggling. They're their consistency has just been not there on either side, hitting or pitching. You look at Richards, like you just said, most he's going to pitch is what, 2 innings at like tops, right? We're going into a bullpen that these pitchers have probably a little bit of confidence because on the flip side, the Rangers have been pitching better for the Rangers, but they've been against the A's and the Astros, two teams that I do not have any respect for at the plate right now. So they're coming into a Braves team who, fourth in home runs, fifth in slugging percentage, even though it's early. Like, I don't know, man. I like the Braves here. I took them minus 1.5 runs at plus 125, and that's that.
I like you're getting plus money on that at least. Like that you're getting plus money on that. Rangers. I just hope they one day can compete again. It would be fun. It would be fun to have.
It would be great, man. It would be great.
Next game on the docket here, a game that I'm on. A fun game for me to bet on here because after what Adam Wainwright did to me on the road when I doubled up on him and he just absolutely shit his bed, I'm just going to continue to trust the home road splits here with these old guys. Kyle Hendricks on the mound here, and he sucks on the road. Just plain and simply, he sucks on the road. The Cubs try to keep him at home as much as they can. He's had 2 starts at home this year. He's coming off a great outing against the Pittsburgh Pirates, which obviously take that with a grain of salt. 7 innings to it, 2 Ks, no earned runs. Versus Adrian Hauser, another guy that I want to bet on. A pitcher that I want to bet on here. And unfortunately for me, it seems like the Brewers are starting to get their shit together. They obviously have the
team, dude. They win unless I bet on them. So
yeah, if they've got the pitching, obviously with Hauser, Ashby, Woodruff, Burns. They've got guys. They got bodies.
Yeah, they got a great starting staff.
And that's going to take you a long way in this baseball season right now. If hitting continues to flounder as it is, Hauser last time out 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 Ks, and a walk at Philadelphia. Not awful, but not a good start. Pretty average, I'd say. But I took Milwaukee first 5 minus a half at minus 105 here. I think Hendricks on the road, plain and simply, is a fade. A lot of familiarity too with these guys, obviously. So give me a Hauser here to dominate relatively, and Hendricks to get only 3 earned runs in the first 5 innings. Ideally, let's get away with a 3-1 maybe, because the Cubs obviously third against right-handed pitching, 120 weighted runs created plus. So that's the concern here. Cubs offense that's been on fire versus
they've been great.
Yeah, and the Milwaukee Brewers offense has been exactly what we thought they would be this offseason. Shitty. So it's a risk. It's a risk, but I'm trusting the better pitcher here. So what about you, Cap?
I'm off the game, but what I can tell you is it's like the way it caps is I could see I would see the Brewers scoring about 4 runs because that's what they fucking do. They score about 4 runs most games, right? I don't like that's just kind of their
4. It's score 4 and hold them. That's it.
Score 4 and hold them, right? So if you like the Cubs, do you see the Cubs getting 5 or 6 runs? And if you do, you go with the Cubs. If not, you go with the Brewers. Or you could go with the over if you see the Cubs scoring their 5 or 6 runs. For me, it's a pass. The Cubs, I think, definitely could score the runs, but I don't hate the Brewers play either, but I'm not on it.
Oh, man, I can't do it with Kyle Hendricks on the road. I'm not going to let what happened with me and Wainwright on the road happen again this year. That is one of my solemn swears to you guys. I'm going to continue to fade those old men on the road. Continue to their fucking ass. And by the way, we're going to fade one of the old men here later, but we're going to talk about this game first. Kind of a snoozer. Yankees, Royals. Yankees should roll here. If we're going to be transparent, Yankees should dominate. Nestor Cortez, one of my cousins, looking great on the mound. I backed him last time out, 6 innings, 1 hit ball, but 2 earned runs, unfortunately, for Nestor off a home run, 2 walks, 8 Ks. Dominated at the Orioles the time before that, but didn't get a win there. So I believe in Nasty Nestor. I think he's been pitching great. How long is that going to propel and how long is that going to last? I don't know, but I would ride it as long as it goes. Chris Bubich on the other side, the Boob man, I think he stinks.
He's terrible, man. He gets hit hard and often.
I'm shocked. I was shocked to see that the Royals optioned or DFA'd Brady Singer, who I just think is simply a better pitcher than Chris Bubich, who was on their starting rotation last year. I don't know what they're doing or what's his deal. To be honest, he might be recovering from an injury. I don't remember him getting hurt though. And I saw some great videos of him pitching this year out of the bullpen, and he had great stuff. And I was like, what are we doing? So I think that's a very interesting thing they're doing here. Obviously, the Royals maybe not the most competitive franchise ever. So I'm ultimately just can't say anything about this game betting wise, and just say ultimately just lean towards the Yankees. And the Yankees are hitting, by the way, too. Unfortunately, too. Fifth versus left-handed pitching, 138
total. Oh, it's probably 4.5, isn't it? Never mind.
Yeah, I would guess it has to be a 4.5 here, and maybe even probably a 5.5, because Chris Bubich has been that bad. Yankees, it's a 5 is minus 110, a 4.5 is minus 135. So yeah, it has to be high. That has to be high. So yeah, I'm off this game. To say the least. Cab, what about you?
What can you tell me the run line in this? I'm kind of hunting something else now because of that.
I've got a minus 135 for the run line for the Yankees.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, they make it hard to bet. They're up to a minus 210 favorite. 8.5 is the total here.
Real Deal asked if there's any value here, and that's God. They made this very hard to bet, right? Do you want to if you want an alternate line, maybe? But I'm not. I mean, they suck the value right out of this game, man.
Yeah, it's super tough to bet on the Yankees, and I mean, normally their price is inflated because of the Yankee bias and everyone wanting to bet the popular squads. But yeah, I'm off the game. And by the way,
someone mentioned team total.
Someone mentioning some rain. There's 6% chance of rain according to RotoWire. 16 mile per hour wind left and right. Royals team total under. Is that what you're referring here?
Yeah.
See that's big balls right there. You can get a 2.5 under plus 130, 3 minus 105, and 3.5.
Man, no. Yeah, you either take the Yankees run line here, or you don't do anything. And I'm not doing it right now. I'm not taking a run line at minus 135.
Yeah. I have 2 betting sites. I have a local here as well, and I don't quote his lines because I don't know where he gets his lines from. I've never asked because I'm not social. I've never asked him, so I don't quote his lines. But I bet on the Ottawa Senators team total over at minus 160 with him, and I lost obviously. And now my get back from the bookie parlay is Yankees money line and the Blues money line. So I think both of those will cash pretty easily. So I don't talk about parlays very much on this show and cross-sport parlays, but there's one for the fans sitting in the back.
There you go. And
by the way, Jay Peasy says the Yankees full game run line is going down. It's at minus 120 now. So minus 120 for you guys. Minus 120. And maybe another way to back this team, if you want to back them at first 5 minus 1 instead of the half, you might be getting better odds there. But stay off game for me. This next game is a game that I want to talk about, and we talked about that before. Entirely too much time. 2 fucking old men just going out there and fighting it out. I think it would be just as entertaining if Adam Wainwright and Madison Bumgarner met at home plate, took off their shirts, and just started fucking brawling, duking it out. Because I love watching these guys go at it here. 2 old men, 2 40-year-olds, I think. I think they're both over 40. I'm not 100% sure. But who cares? Madison, 0-1 this year, but a 1 ERA. 1 ERA. They're trying to keep him at home, too, by the way. He has 4 starts, but we'll only talk about the last 3. Against the Mets at home, dominates. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, not earned, 4 Ks. At the Nationals, a rare away start for him. Shitty team. 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, none of them earned. 4 walks, 5 Ks. And versus the Astros, a team that we know cannot hit right now and is not a good offensive team this year, apparently. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run off a home run, 2 walks, 2 Ks. Wainwright, on the other side, has been on the road for the last 3 starts. His last 3 starts, he's been on the road. His first start was against the Pirates, and he dominated at home. But last time out at Cincinnati, fucking got me right in the fucking prison pocket, as Jimmy says. 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 5 Ks, or 3 Ks, excuse me. Immediately we knew he didn't have it.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm going to bet on him here, and I took Seattle or St. Louis money line, or first 5, I should say, excuse me. First 5 minus I have at minus 120. juicy here. We all know the Cardinals' reputation against lefties. I think they were first or second last year. I don't remember exactly. I think the White Sox were first, and the Cardinals were second. But right now they're ninth in the last 2 weeks, 111 weighted runs created plus. And I learned my lesson last time with baby Jesus Luzardo, a lefty against the Cardinals. They got to him. So I think they get to Madison here. And that will take the Cardinals first 5 minus a half at minus 120. Cab, what do you have here?
Yeah, I was on the Cardinals last night, plus 130 on the run line. That was nice. And I'm a little concerned that I should have not gone back to the well here because I'm on the run line again, minus 1.5 runs at plus 125. I've seen a lot of cappers that I have a lot of respect for on this, like a whole bunch of cappers. And that scares me. No, I have respect for him, but it's just like it's a lot of people. It's just like, oh shit, everyone's on the same thing. I don't know, but we'll see, man. Bumgarner, he was trending slightly down for the past 3 years, 2019 through 2021. He's looked amazing so far this season. And you hear me give a lot of respect to these people who have high innings and low ERAs, but he's not a 1 ERA guy. Nobody is, right? Nobody is. And I think he's probably a mid-4s guy now, like a mid-4 ERA type guy now, which still isn't bad. But, I think St. Louis is going to be one of those teams that starts to correct that ERA and start pushing it back towards that direction today, if that makes sense. And then, on the other side, Wainwright, what can I say, man? Arizona is not a great hitting team, right? And it's Wainwright. So, yeah. I'm on St. Louis minus a 1.5 here at plus 125.
I don't hate it. I will ask you this before we move on to the next game, Cab. I'm putting a minus 150 on Madison Bumgarner in a bare knuckle brawl versus Adam Wainwright with their shirts off. That's a key distinction. Shirts off.
Bumgarner's got those long arms, bro. I think.
Yeah, he does. So minus 150. Where do you put your money on? Is it
Bumgarner? Probably Bumgarner.
Okay, let us know in the chat who you're taking there. Minus 150 Madison. I'll give Adam Wainwright a plus 130. Might even have to give him plus 200. I don't know.
Bumgarner, he looks like. Never mind. He's got those, bro. He just I wouldn't want to fight him.
He doesn't. I mean, I should actually change his name from Madison Bumgarner to Mason Saunders. So shout out to Mason Saunders, by the way. I wouldn't fuck with anyone that does that shit either. Next game on the docket here, Hunter Green and the Cincinnati Reds versus the Colorado Rockies. And man, I want to back my guy Hunter Green here, but Bobano put it really succinctly and really well earlier today. The Reds are huge for 3-16, and they are a plus 100 against the Rockies, a Rockies team that traditionally does well at home. So I did not want to take either side in this game, honestly. If I'm leaning anywhere, and it's going to be hard to say this in Colorado, I'm leaning towards the under. I want to take the under here, Cap, to be honest. I think that Senzatella is a better pitcher than he's shown so far.
I guess.
And there's 18-mile-an-hour wind left to right. So I don't know exactly how in that is. That's up from RotoWire. We don't have an odometer telling us left, right, center, exactly. But Senzatella at Detroit, he had a shitty start. That was Miggy's 3,000th hit there. 5 innings, 10 hits, 5 earned runs, no walks, 3 Ks. My concern here would be the traffic. There's always traffic on the bases when Senzatella's on the mound. 10 hits, 7 hits, 9 hits. I think he's a better pitcher, but I think I'm going to stay off here. And the last little thing I've got here is that last time out for Hunter Green, we saw the velocity dip. It wasn't 100 every time. It was like a putrid 95. Get 95 out of here. Get that shit out of there.
I got some hate.
I
got some hate last time, which is going to happen. People are going to have different opinions all the time. I don't give a shit. But I got some hate for talking about the Rockies. Cool. They started good, man. But, come on. They suck. The Rockies are not a good baseball team. They don't have a lot of talent. And they could keep proving me wrong, man. But the Reds also, this is a garbage game, bro. This is bad. For me, this is as bad as it gets. And I have no interest in it.
Yeah, I will watch this game when Hunter Green is in it. And as soon as Hunter Green gives the ball to the Reds manager, whose name escapes me currently, I will also be giving the ball to my manager and saying, I am done with this game, and I will be changing the channel. So no thank you there. By the way, a lot of people are on the under here. A lot of people like that under.
I don't hate that play at all, man. I mean,
yeah. And by the way, DJ and Woodworker doing the work that I did not do. I did not write his home road splits here. Senzatella home ERA for his career 2.48. So like I said, I think he's a better pitcher than what he's shown. Maybe he's Venezuelan. I like him that way too. But I think
maybe the Rockies are a good baseball team, and I'm wrong. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see, man. This is for me right now. This is a like I said, this is dumpster fire type baseball game right now.
And does the last little boat? You know what, guys? I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna add it officially. I'm gonna add it officially here. Sorry, I've got other people, coming in to trying to interrupt me doing the show here. I'm gonna add it officially for a full game under 10. Full game under 10 here. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna double check and see what the line is. But yeah, sorry, I'm a little distracted here.
I mean, if you believe in him, you could probably get a good number on the money line for the Rockies in the first 5.
I could, but I would rather just take the full game under 10. I think right now because I'm talking myself into it. The chat says since it tells a better pitcher.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense.
ERA, and it's a -120, so it's a little juicy, but it seems like and I think that number has dropped too. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I think it's been slowly going down. So I'm writing that down right now.
This chat's kind of like a trap. They be spitting out those numbers for everyone, bro, making plays.
The trap. Yeah, those are the people that watch our shows, the traps. All right, so next game. By the way, Chester Cat saying, "Why you lying?" I'm sorry. This is the studio you get at Southtown 101. We're at the bar here. People are drinking. They want to be like, "Hey man, what's up?" Boy, you're drinking and drunk, and I'm just sitting here. Hey, hello, sir. I just trying to cap the card. Just trying to cap some baseball here. All right. By the way, Ron Crawford, another good stat here. 3.5 FIP for Senzatella. So I had his ERA written down here so I can double check for you. But like I said, I think he's obviously better than he's doing. He's a 4.73 FIP right now, ERA, 4.73 ERA and a 3.5 FIP. So it's not that different, but it's better. It is definitely better. Next on the docket here, Cleveland Guardians versus the Oakland Athletics. Aaron Zavalli versus Frankie Montas, and the total in this game has been dropping. Dropping. And I like Zavalli, and I like Frankie Montas to an extent. But this was not a game that I wanted to immediately think like under in this game. Under. It's at Oakland, no energy. Ballpark that is spacious, to say the least. So I don't hate your under looks here. Under 6.5, a little bit too low for me. If it was a 7, maybe. If it was a 7.5, maybe. But you're trusting Savali here. Guardians offense, by the way, is taking the dip that we all thought it would. 13th right now versus right-handed pitching. 99, so pretty average. And the Oakland A's offense is what we thought it would be too. 21st, 85 weighted runs created plus. So nothing here for me. Here, Cap. What's up? What do you have on this one?
I guess if you want to play this game, you back Montez because he's a pretty good pitcher in my opinion. But no, I don't. This is like the last game. I have no interest in this one. But shout out to Ron, his spreadsheet play of the day on athletics. Yeah, like I was just saying, if you're gonna play it, you back Montez here and go with the A's. I'm not going to though.
You know what, Ron's? I gotta get on the graphics machine, and I gotta put a lovely clip or a graphic of you guys as the Spider-Mans just pointing at each other. Ron, I love that image in my head every time it pops up. So let's keep it going here. We've got 2 games left on the card, and 2 games that, quite frankly, I think are stinkers. I have no action on them, but I will be interested to see if you do, Cap. Detroit Tigers versus the Los Angeles Dodgers here. What are we gonna say? The Dodgers are fantastic. Tyler Anderson, he was 1 start away from being a Wizard, Cap, and I think I talked to you about this before. His first 2 starts of the year for Mr. Anderson on the Dodgers. 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 4 Ks. Both identical stat lines. And I told him last time out, if he did it again, he's a fucking wizard. He almost did it. 4 innings, 4 and 2/3 innings, 2 pitch. So he went 2 outs too many to start off. He gave up too many 2 hits. So he had 4 hits, 2 earned runs, unfortunately, 1 too many earned runs, and he had 3 walks, 4 Ks. So did not have the control. So when he does get the control back, he will very much go 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, no walks, 4 Ks. So we'll see if he does that again here today. It's my favorite subplot to follow in this game, to be honest, because there's nothing to bet on this game. The Dodgers are minus 250. I don't want to take the Tigers at a plus 200. You need to get me even interested to bet on the Tigers. I need a plus 300. Tyler Alexander is not good versus the versus the Rockies. His last time out, 3 2/3, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 Ks. And every start he's made has been at home. So this is his first start on the road at the Dodgers, the 12th hitting team right now against lefties at exactly 100 weighted runs per rated plus. So the last 2 weeks they've been average. And I still think they're going to beat the shit out of this Tigers team. So honestly, my lean here would be the over because the Tigers right now are 14th against lefties and 98, a little below average, but I'll take the over here. The lean for me, but nothing official. Cab, what about you?
What's the run line? What's the juice on it?
For the Dodgers, it is a minus 130 for the minus 1.5.
Man, yeah. So I'll tell you what I thought about the Dodgers, man, against Arizona. Maybe not the second game, but the first game that they lost, they beat themselves. That was bad baseball. There's not stats to put behind this or anything other than the fact that the second baseman made a throwing error to the first baseman on a routine ground ball with runners on third and second base, which is just you can't fucking do that. But they were hitting into ground balls like. They had like 8 double play ground balls that they hit into. You can't hit into 8 double plays. They're just, all around playing bad baseball. I don't know how else to say it. They're beating themselves. Is that who the Dodgers are? Of course not. They're the Dodgers, right? So if you're going to play this game, obviously I would think back the Dodgers. I'm not excited to jump behind a minus 130 run line after somebody who's been playing bad baseball. That's one of those things that they could have already fixed it since the last 2 games, but it might linger for another couple games. It comes and goes, but they need to address it and they need to fix it. They need to get their heads on right.
Cab, I'm going to tell you one stat that I think will change your mind entirely on this game. And this is a very important stat given to us by my man, Real Deal Prime. Appreciate you for watching. As always, Real Deal. It's Tyler A versus Tyler A here, Cab. It's TA versus TA.
Yeah.
And that's an important stat here. I didn't notice it. Cheshire Cat didn't notice it. So shout out to you.
I didn't either.
Man, Real Deal. And Spud's got his money on TA.
You're right, guys. Just go ahead with TA on this game. If you bet TA, I don't like to use the word lock, but if you go with TA, I promise you're going to win.
I think if they switched uniforms, no one would notice.
Yeah.
Not one. They're both lefties too. No one would notice. Not his teammates. Tyler Anderson could just go to the Tigers side, and then Tyler Alexander could go to the Dodgers, and I think they'd just be like, huh, look kind of different. TA, why do you look kind of different? You're throwing a little weird. And then, so, God dang, that's hilarious. Good catch there, Real Deal Prime. I appreciate you, my man. And by the way, Rodney Barton, Tigers plus 1.5, plus 110, I believe it was. Don't know. Look at you, my man. Look at you. Big balls there. Big balls there. Last game on the docket. Game I might move on, thinking about it. Aaron Sanchez and the Washington Nationals versus the Giants and Alex Wood. A pitcher I didn't think was going to be that good this year, Alex Wood. I thought he was going to struggle.
Why do you these guys with these careers that are just immaculate?
I don't know. If you look at Alex Wood's career numbers, it is kind of shocking to see how good they are.
He's amazing if you look at those numbers.
Yeah, it is. It's a great career he's put together. 2-0, 2.5 ERA this year so far. Aaron Sanchez, his first start was against the Giants. And guess what, guys? Traditionally, we know what happens when a pitcher goes back-to-back against a good team. And that's what the Giants are right now, a good team. He gets smacked. Might not be happening as much this year because of the balls or whatever circumstance, but 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, a walk and a strikeout for Sanchez last time out at home. Man, give me the Giants here in some form or fashion.
Yeah, so since I got moved off of my Angels plus money in the first 5, which I was actually really excited about, that's been void. I already checked, and I want nothing to do with it now. I'm gonna add this, man. I'm gonna back Wood. I guess the only way to do it would be either a San Francisco team total or San Francisco minus a run and a half. I think it was minus 110 when I looked earlier. Is that what it's still at?
I've got it at minus 115. You said the run line for the Giants, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, minus 115 for them.
I guess
right
that
now.
would be the way to go because I'm
Still
sure
good.
that
Kev, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I'm looking at that too, and I wanted to add it. I don't think I am, but that is the only thing I would. I like that look at minus 115 a lot.
Well, you know what? I am gonna not be a Vagine.
Pussy. Yeah, pussy.
Yeah. And I'm gonna add that shit. So let me go ahead and put that on to make it my fifth play.
There you go. Beautiful. Minus 110 for JA at MyBookie as well. And by the way, if you're on MyBookie, you make sure to use promo code Pub Sports. Get yourself a nice little bonus match right there, JA. Promo code Pub Sports. Yeah, I'm staying off this game officially, but I would absolutely think the Giants smack them here, and I think Giants run line's a good play there for sure.
Well, then stop pussyfooting. Let's go.
You know what? You keep making fun of me, and I might do it.
That's what you told me. I asked you about the Cardinals last night. I said I really like the run line, and you said just do it.
Well, you're right, but I'm gonna run through our plays here. I'm gonna feel it out. I'm gonna sit on it. I'm gonna shake my stomach around. See
if you lose, use that number Spud gave you down there.
Oh man, the last game on the fucking card. Goodness. JA, by the way, he put $800 on it with me, of course. I mean, I'll throw 400. Why not, Jay? No. Well, thank you. I tell Ian, by the way, he took the team total over 4.5 for the Giants. That's a good look there too. I like that a lot as well. But let's go through the plays that I've already locked in, and we will talk about other hypothetical plays. Cab, we'll go through mine first, and then yours here.
Let's get it.
And thank you guys always for watching. Say hey, plays 2050. By the way, anyone? Thank you guys. Jake Burns in the chat asking about the Blue Jays. Chester Cat, J.A., Spud, Real Deal Prime, Lit Picks. By the way, appreciate you. They're on an 8-game losing streak. By the way, the Nats are, I think. So that's tough. J.A., appreciate you, my man. He's on that Giants run line. I hope you cash. Man, that might be the push I need, J.A. too.
Thanks, Jose.
$800.
Yeah, that's true. I'm on it too for $100. I got plus money, or I got even money right here on one of these. So I'm going to go with this.
Jerry Young, Ron Lofton, Dev the Dude. Great day for betting. Fuck yeah, it is. Every day is a great day for betting. All right, so let's start this off here. I've got the Mariners first 5 money line minus 125 here. We've obviously got that void in the White Sox under game. I avoided that, crossed that out. I will tweet that out later that it is voided. I've got the Minnesota Twins first 5 minus a half at plus 140. I am trusting the axe murderer, that smooth son of a bitch, Dylan Bundy here. Look at that fucking face. I'd let him murder me. I've got Dylan Bundy there, and I've got the New York Metropolitans money line minus 115. That line has been shooting up. I got that last night. So again, remember to follow me on Twitter at Jose Bouquett. You can see all the plays as they drop. I've got the Mets team total over 3.5 at even money right there as well. Milwaukee first 5 minus a half at minus 105. The Brew Crew fading Kyle Hendricks on the road. St. Louis Cardinals first 5 minus a half minus 120. And for the three show additions that I am making as I write down the other one here.
Yeah.
And I write down the price. The 3 show additions that I am making is I am a simp, and I'm going for the Red Sox money line minus 130. They take care of business today. I'm taking the Cincinnati Rockies full game under 10 at minus 120. And I am taking your San Francisco Giants run line minus 1.5 at a minus 115 price. I cannot wait. By the way, for those keeping track at home, there are some lines out for tomorrow, and I'm looking at it now, and Logan Webb is a run line minus 110 against Yoan Adon tomorrow. So that is very interesting. I would also look that way early. But we're not here to talk about tomorrow. We're here to talk about today. Cabby, my man. I just bet the run line. I have a lot of action out there now, and I'm excited about it. Cab, what do you have?
Well, first off, I'm on that run line with you. Okay. So that's the first one. Also, St. Louis, I'm on their run line at plus 123. I'm on Atlanta's run line at plus 118. Man, I'm usually a first five person. 3 run lines in a row. The New York Mets team total over 3.5 at minus 102. And then San Diego minus half a run or on the run line at minus 115.
I like it. I like it. By the way, shouting out some players or some picks that we got from our viewers in the chat. And I forgot to mention, Jake Burns said that he's liking the Blue Jays, said he thinks that the Blue Jays smack the Astros. I'd lean that way too, Jake. I said that I wanted to bet on Kikuchi. To be honest, I didn't get there, obviously, as you heard. But I think Kikuchi pitches well today, and he went against the Astros last time out. He had 5 walks, I forgot what it was. He had a pretty good outing at home, or on the road, I should say. So at home, I think he pitches better. It's weird saying they had 5 walks and he pitched okay. But I think it'll be an interesting game. Chief, 3 official plays. San Diego, Pittsburgh, first 5 under 3.5, plus 107. KC, New York, over 8, minus 122. And the full game under in the Mets, Phillies, under 7 at minus 106. Rodney Barton on the Nerfy. No runs in the first inning for the Mets game. Jamal Martin on the Twins, first 5 money line. And he's fading the Tampa Bay Bats as well. Team total under 3.5. He's on the axe murderer, Dylan Bundy. Lit picks on the no-run in first inning, too, by the way. Look at that. Real Deal Prime leading Baltimore. You know what? Real Deal, if Baltimore wins, you'll see me as a half man tomorrow on the show because it's going to hurt my feelings. I'm going to come in sulking, and it is going to be a very interesting show. Rodney Barton, J.A., yes, palms are sweaty day, baby. Palms are sweating. That's how you know you're gambling. If your palms aren't sweating, then you aren't gambling. Jay Peasy, DJ Woodworker, Michael Urvalina, his best bet. Team total over 2.5 in the first 5 and full game 4.5. I like that. Bats come alive today.
I like that 2.5 team total over.
JA, by the way, Blue Jays money line. You see that emoji? You see it. You know
go
what
get
that
means. Plus 170, Jay. Go ahead and take that run line if you're going to go with them.
Cab, do you have any final thoughts today for the people?
Man, let's have a weekend, guys. Thank you, chat, for coming out here. We love you guys. We don't have shit without you in here. Thank you, Jose, for having me on. Shout out to Pub Sports Radio. You know, it's just it's a good weekend, man. It's a good weekend to make some fucking money. Let's go.
Yes, it's going to be a great weekend. A lot of good baseball games coming on tap for today. And tomorrow is going to be a big card. Weekend show. It's going to be very fun. Who knows who's going to join me tomorrow? I'm putting out an open invite, I guess. If you want to be on the show tomorrow, just hit me up with my DMs. Because I've had some cancellations, unfortunately, some unforeseen.
Caleb, maybe you want me to talk to Caleb? Moose money?
Who knows? That'll be fun. But I do not know who's going to come on the show tomorrow, but it will be fun. Maybe it'll be Noli Knows. Maybe it'll be my mom. Maybe it'll be me. Who knows? It'll be a fun time. I think it'll be great, and I think it'll be a fun show tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Central. Remember, guys, tune in, hit the like button. Appreciate you guys for watching, and we will see you guys then. Till then, see you guys.